the PNGTV Live News Bulletin. I'm Florida Gulaseni. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill today announced Parliament's resumption tomorrow at 2 p.m. Top on its agenda is the devastation caused by the magnitude 7.5 earthquake in the Highlands region and parts of Western Province. The Restoration Authority Act will be tabled in Parliament with a preliminary report on the extent of damage and relief efforts currently underway.
Where the Restoration Authority Act will be tabled in Parliament with the report of where we are and how we have achieved the relief efforts and mobilized that. That report will be submitted tomorrow, and we're hoping that Parliament will endorse that, and it'll be up and running as soon as possible. What we want to do is transfer the Relief Committee's efforts to be taken over by the Restoration Authority, and Dr. Bill Humblin and his team will work through the under the act that will be passed through Parliament tomorrow.
The Prime Minister's announcement of Parliament's resumption was made at a media conference today, where Barrick New Guinea Limited declared a 6.5 million kina contribution towards relief efforts in the quake-affected areas. Barrick's Executive Managing Director Richmond Fenn said the company will stand by the government, its fellow development partners and humanitarian agencies in the fight against time to bring back normalcy and relief. Festus Maginap with this report.
Barrick New Guinea Limited, operator of the Porgera mine in Enga province, says it will make a significant contribution to the disaster relief efforts, a contribution of a hefty $2 million. That's an equivalent of about 6.5 million kina.
We hope that these contributions will provide much needed urgent relief to those who are suffering as a consequence of the disaster and assist in longer-term recovery efforts over the months to come.
The operations are being affected.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill commended the company, acknowledging the fact that the contribution comes of the losses to its business operations in the wake of the quake. Porgera Mines was one of those greatly affected. The extent of damage is yet to be substantiated, but it is understood that power supply to run the mines come from the hides.
They are facing difficulties, but they also have been able to make this kind of donation, so we are grateful for that.
Temporary power, so we're able to have very limited production, so the losses have been quite big for us. We won't have hides operational for another several months.
It has been reported that relief efforts continue smoothly. However, restoration to infrastructure may take a while, even for a number of years before some form of normalcy. Festus Maginap, PNGTV Live.
Meanwhile, it's been over 4 weeks now since the earthquake struck the Highlands region, and relief efforts continue, especially for those worst affected in the Southern Highlands, Hela and Western provinces. Newcrest has come on board with a donation of 250,000 kina that will go towards water, sanitation and health care. The donation will be delivered by Care Australia, an NGO actively participating in damage assessment and relief support. Festus Maginap with this report.
Ian Kemish, Newcrest's Executive General Manager, Public Affairs and Social Performance, says the donation is one way of Newcrest showing its support as a long-term development partner in Papua New Guinea. While its operations at Lihir Mine in the New Island province and the Wafigopu joint venture of Morobe weren't directly affected, the crisis has impacted nearly 5,000 of its workforce, many of whom have family and communities in the affected region. In addition to this donation, Newcrest Lihir is working to ensure appropriate support is provided to its employees during this difficult time and will continue to consider additional ways to assist in the recovery effort, including in-kind donations of supplies and fundraising undertaken by the workforce. Newcrest donation will be delivered by Care Australia, an NGO that is already active on the ground assessing the damage caused by the earthquake and distributing relief supplies to families in need. Newcrest donation will assist Care reach 75,000 people in affected communities of Hela's Southern Highlands and Western provinces, providing clean and safe water and sanitation to groups affected by the earthquake. Care is working in close partnership with the government of Papua New Guinea and other humanitarian organizations to share information and ensure the relief effort reaches as many people as possible with fair and equitable support. Newcrest's support will also enable Care to conduct training with partners in PNG to help develop ongoing capacity building in the communities. Festus Maginap, PNGTV Live.
And tension continues to build in the Motukoitabu village of Mahuru in the capital city following yesterday's violent clash between the Mahuru and Wabeg youths. Despite the matter reported yesterday to police with hope that the issue be solved positively, this morning turned violent yet again, which led to the main road to Sabama and Manu blocked off by disgruntled Mahuru villagers. The fight that began a day ago involved the consumption of homebrew and occurred among youths who were engaged in the activity. An elderly from Mahuru yesterday, who wishes to remain anonymous, says a fight erupted which led to one of the young boys from Wabeg being attacked and bashed by a group of Mahuru boys Saturday evening. In retaliation, the Wabeg youth went home and returned on Sunday morning with his mobs who created a violent scene in the community as payback. A Mahuru youth was slashed in the process. Meanwhile, this was the scene at the main road early hours this morning as violence continued. When PNGTV arrived at the scene after a few minutes of being alerted of the clash, with the hope to get more information of the issue, chances were not given as those involved did not accept the presence of media. The Mahuru community blocked the main roads passing their village and did not allow vehicles to access the main roads down to Sabama and to Manu. PNGTV Live got in touch with Badili Station Commander Senior Sergeant Max Dongme, who confirmed that his policemen reported to the scene as soon as they could, dispersed the crowd and cleared the roadblocks. Dongme says it is also believed that one of the Wabeg boys was slashed during the clash on Saturday evening and died. Therefore, they wanted to seek compensation from the Mahuru villagers this morning, which led to the villagers to block off road access to stop the Wabeg retaliators to pass through. He added that the information of another person being slashed is yet to be confirmed, and meanwhile, the Mahuru boy who was slashed by the Wabegs during the conflict is still in a critical condition at the Port Moresby General Hospital. Dongme warned city residents to be careful whilst travelling down to Sabama and Manu as tension still remains high in the village and violent activities could erupt unexpectedly. We will keep you updated on this developing story. And criticisms continue to emerge on social media about yoga goddess Fazila Bazari regarding her being paid large sums of money by the National Capital District Commission and her alleged love affair with NCD Governor Powers Pakop. Positively responding to PNGTV Live when confronted of the allegations set against her, Bazari said the issue is not about the program that is successful but is purely of hate.
I want to say this is about hate. This is about sexism and this is about bigotry.
Fazila Bazari describes what's making headlines a tragedy and is sadly what people would do as a nation to bring another person down. She added that as much as she would like to retaliate or reply in the worst way possible, she has accepted all that has been said and will take and address the issue positively as an educator.
I am not one to hate. My work as an educator and as a teacher is to bring people out of ignorance to light, to give them knowledge, to bring people out of inactivity to activity, to move people from talking a lot to taking action. So I actually have no comment. I only have a compassion.
She says as human beings we will continue to fail ourselves in this world by finding means to break each other down, and by continuously doing so, it tends to affect the people around us.
As a teacher, I have ability to channel this positively and not engage in judgment, not engage in attack or in hate in return. But not many people would have this ability, you know. So,
in response to an alleged relationship with NCD Governor Powers Pakop, Bazari had this to say.
My relationship with the governor is one of a professional one. I am not married to the governor, is what the video says.
Bazari called on those who think what they are doing on social media is right to consider themselves, and she also urged women who have been cyberbullied, especially in the area of sexism, to continue to be the change today.
We cannot fail ourselves because what we say about another person is who we are. And that is an indication of who we are as an individual, who we are as a member of our family, who we are as a member of our community, it's a tragedy. This has to stop. Let's bring back love into our hearts, into our homes, into our community, and build this city to a better place. Thank you.
You're watching PNGTV Live News. NCD Governor announces Boroko pilot project and more when we come back. Welcome back. You're watching PNGTV Live News. NCD Governor Powers Pakop today announced Boroko as a pilot project in the Yumi Klini Mosby cleanup campaign. While addressing the Boroko community, Pakop said a lot has been done in the last 10 years to develop the city, with more yet to accomplish in the coming years. Festus Maginap with this report.
Cleaning Mosby campaign, starting here at Boroko.
NCD Governor Powers Pakop today announced Boroko is a pilot project in the Yumi Klini Mosby cleanup campaign. Addressing the Boroko community, Pakop said a lot has been done in the last 10 years to develop the city, with more yet to accomplish in the coming years. With major infrastructure built right before city residents, what is still eluding the people is getting the basic rights like making NCD clean, safe and healthy. With key priorities set for the next 5 years, as governor for NCD, Pakop says the government cannot change the city without the help of the people.
By the way, we are going to show a different image now to get you all to cooperate. People are working good police service. It's a police service that is going to smile, help you to change too, because you have to be part of the change. Together we'll deliver a better city and better country.
The governor said Boroko is the heart of the city and therefore selecting it to launch the campaign will see great improvements.
Time come lo, Governor you elected me lo 2007. Me start lo cleaning na Sensi Mosby here in Tabari Place, Boroko in the center of our capital. You may come na start him like you may reseal him na upgrade him already. We started it here in the city center.
Pakop further challenged the community that though there were a lot of developments taking place, there was still more to be done.
Despite all the stadiums, all the flyover, all the four-lane road, kind events you may host him. Now we are going to host in future. We haven't arrived at the best city, livable city, a great city yet. Why you mean not arrive yet? Because we haven't got the basic right. We have done big things, but we haven't got the basic right.
With the project, Pakop says Boroko will be a model to other parts of the city, and as governor he will lead, regulate and enforce and help change the people. The campaign is focused and will soon be rolled out to the other suburbs of Port Moresby. Festus Maigana, PNGTV Live.
The people of Port Moresby South rather have something great and exciting to look forward to, and that is the new football stadium worth 4 million kina. The groundbreaking ceremony to kickstart construction works is scheduled for Thursday this week. Moresby South MP Justin Tichenko, in partnership with NCD Governor Powers Pakop, continue their efforts to transform the capital city into a conducive living environment for people in all walks of life. With the aim to achieve a newly built stadium within a time frame of 8 months, it's a race against time. The stadium will be of world-class standard, containing equipments and facilities worth millions of kina. Tichenko says he is determined to see the completion of this project in the next couple of months.
2,000 seat stadium, covered, so it'll be covered stadium, both sides of the field. It'll have clubhouse, gymnasium, VIP area, official centre, irrigation on the field, water tanks, toilets, complete security fencing around the whole perimeter, and it will be one of the best stadiums in any district in the country.
He added that the venture to produce a stadium in the electorate has been long overdue, and it was through the support of like-minded visionary leaders to see this project finally get off the ground.
The people embrace what we've done for the last 5 years, and we'll continue to do that. We'll just enhance it, make it bigger and better, and listen to the people and listen to what they want. They all wanted when I went around in 2017, they all wanted a football stadium. That's throughout Moresby South. So here we go. We've started already. It's going to start next Thursday.
Tachanko says the stadium will be for the people to utilize and at the same time for the promotion of rugby league, not only in the city but for the country as a whole. The Mosby South Stadium is just one of the 7 projects planned for the city, and together with the NCD governor, they look forward to transforming the city.
South this year, we've got 7 major projects going to roll out this year in conjunction with my Governor Powis Pakop. As you know, I took a political campaign with Powis Pakop side by side. You saw my face with his wherever we went during the campaign because that was the winning team.
With the support from the people in his electorate, Tachanko says they all look forward to the groundbreaking ceremony this Thursday. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live. Kokiwanigela, a village located at the eastern end of Ella Beach in Port Moresby, is known for its great fishermen and the sale of fish. But that was until a new hobby was just introduced, which is yoga. Who would have thought yoga was brewing in this part of the village? Ila Rigana, a community leader and now yoga instructor, says many changes are taking place since yoga was introduced by the NCD Governor Powis Pakop. Lifestyle diseases happens to be the main killer in many societies these days, and therefore practicing a healthy lifestyle is very important. Rigana says many people had no idea what yoga was and how it could help to improve their lives until the practice was introduced and trialed in their very own village.
One time Papa and all youths, all boys, time me pla karim go inside lo up, osem help lo me pla all diabetes line or high blood pressure line, TB too. Time me pla karim this la something go inside, walk lo clean, me pla walk lo clean him community. With volunteer cleaning up, without any payments, we are doing that job because we want our community to be healthy.
She says with support and understanding from people wanting to work with leaders to not only transform, but improve their communities and their lives, Kokiwanigela will never be the same again in the next few years.
Before time, after 5 years by finish, na this la front time lo 5 years, Misa Wanigela will develop out of their own health, because me plus I work in yoga for life, work for life, you know blow pay one pla man lo you can pay na you by go inside lo yoga for life. It's your health is very important.
The people of Kokiwanigela are beginning to see the benefits of yoga, and she says the interest has grown, including participation over the last 4 years.
Me plus I thank you, Governor na pasilas lo. All get us something, all Karim Kam lo Mosby, that Mosby, save lo this law something now, and me plus save osem, that work for life, yoga for life, one plus big plus something that, and by giving you extra more life, that you by step lo, osem, lifetime blow you.
She further thanked NCD Governor Powis Pakop for introducing such programs like Yoga for Life and Walk for Life in the city, and looks forward to supporting the educators in rolling out the programs when need be. Florida Gulaseni, PNG. And it's good news for those applying for dual citizenship. The PNG Immigration and Citizenship Authority is looking to speed up the assessment process for citizenship applications. The new Citizenship Advisory Committee has been tasked to assess the applications and make recommendations. Quintin Anaime reports.
A good number of applicants for dual citizenship have been living in Papua New Guinea for the last 40 years. Member of the Citizenship Advisory Committee and Chief Migration Officer Solomon Kantha says currently the process of granting citizenship is timely. He explains the citizenship application is not like a visa application where they have a fixed period of assessments. Kantha says the reports are dependent on the organizations that need to supply information to them for an assessment.
Majority of those applicants reside in NCD, and we are hoping that in the next few days we'll be able to go through with the first batch of applicants, and hopefully before the end of the year we can get rid of the current caseload that we have.
So far, they have received most of the reports from relevant agencies that they had written to and are hoping to have a meeting by each quarter. There are currently 60 outstanding applicants for dual citizenship that will be assessed by the Citizenship Advisory Committee.
And sometimes if we don't get reports from critical agencies, we still have to follow up and wait, and that adds to the process and certain delays.
Most of the dual citizenship applicants have been part of the development of Papua New Guinea in terms of business.
You're watching PNGTV Live News. We have sports after these messages. You're watching PNGTV Live News. Welcome back. And to sporting news, a Lay Biscuit company announced their sponsorship of 100,000 kina each towards the Port Moresby Netball Association and the Gulf ISO Rugby League. Lay Biscuit's Southern Regional Marketing Manager, Lacey Ori, says the company's vision is to be where the people, and this sponsorship is one of the many community initiatives. Festus Magnap reports.
We formally make an announcement for support to this franchise.
Supporting sports in the country is an area that Lay Biscuit Company is heavily engaged in. Siori says having to sponsor the team is a commitment the company has assigned itself to in wanting the team to grow and develop in the country.
Supporting the team with a total package of 100,000 kina, and 50,000 of this is through cash, and 50,000 of the other 50,000 is from stock in kind. So
Mayori, chairman of the Gulf ISO Rugby League team, upon receiving the check from Lay Biscuit Company, thanked them for their support and assured them that the funds will go a long way.
This is the kind of commitment that companies like Lay Biscuit have toward communities in PNG, and it's extended through things like this in sports and other communities, not only through the Gulf franchise, but many other sporting bodies and right throughout the country who have received help from such a company like this. Knowing this and having associated with the company for almost 30 years, I'm certainly very grateful.
Extending their support, Lay Biscuit Company also announced the sponsorship of 100,000 kina towards the Port Moresby Netball Association. Roy Mulina, president of the Port Moresby Netball Association, was there to receive the check.
Supporting one of our premier clubs, Snacks Mermaids, over the last 20 years or so. This sponsorship is just further cementing that relationship, and we're so grateful and so honored actually to be considered a sport to receive such sponsorship.
Mulina said such sponsorship does not come that often, and therefore the association trusts that it will utilize the sponsorship to the best of their ability to meet the association's objectives. Festus Maigana, PNGTV Live.
And the annual JT9s tournament has been a great success over the years. This year being no different. Sponsored by the member for Moresby South, Justin Tchenko, this sporting event has changed and helped the community over the years through the unity of sports. Even in hot or wet weather, thousands gather every weekend to support their homegrown teams right in the heart of Moresby South. Chairman of the Moresby South Rugby League, Brown Murema, says the competition is a pre-season nines, but they have made it more invitational to participating teams unlike before.
It's going to be our second time running this JT Super Nines tournament in the South region. Compared to all the nines in the South region, I think our nines here, it's a naming rights sponsor, it's Right Honorable member from Moresby South, the Minister of Sports and Physical Planning in APEC 2018. That's a naming rights sponsor for the JT Super Nines here in Moresby South there.
He added that the competition kicked off last week and sees both men's and women's teams participating.
Actually, seniors 42 teams and women's 10 teams. And seniors under 20, juniors 24.
Since the competition began, it has impacted and brought changes to the lives of especially the youths in the area.
Most of our youths in community, especially Moresby South, like people Sabama, Oskamp, let's say Kaugere, Gabutu, Koki, Talai, Gorobe, Barilauntu, Koki, they've been really involved in like petty crimes and all those illegal activities in the community. But we, like as a sport administrator, as a chairman, I'm trying my best with my executives we're trying to get these youths involved, how they can be able to change their lifestyle and then be a good citizen of the community as well as come here.
He further acknowledged the support of the community and sponsors who tirelessly continue to work together to see this tournament a success.
And we will continue to promote our sports to change the livelihood of our youth that here, and we make sure that we all most our youth to be a real citizen and actively participate in our community. And we try to minimize all the violence that we have and look forward to be a better community in our society here.
Meanwhile, Capital Insurance Group announced its insurance cover for Team PNG athletes and officials who will be traveling to the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast next month. Under this support, the Pacific's leading insurer will be taking care of the team's medical and travel insurance, giving them a peace of mind as they focus on their roles at the game. Chief Insurance Officer David Lee says they want the team to be focused and not worry about other issues. Therefore, they are pleased to provide this support and be part of the team and the games. The cover is part of Capital Insurance Group's sponsorship support for Team PNG, which protects the team's team members and their cargo for the duration of the games. The first group of Team PNG leaves on March 29th, with the rest following on April the 2nd. And that's the PNGTV Live News Bulletin. From myself and the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.